right, so I guess we're live now.
I don't know. I didn't know we were going live. I thought we were just recording, but okay.
No, we're live.
Okay. Hey, everybody, what's happening?
Yeah, we can put this out as a podcast later, but we are live.
Okay, well.
Here in the good old RVA.
Do the introduction then.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to How We Book It. Usually we tell you how we book a certain wrestler, but today we are reviewing Full Gear and Dynamite from last night because we were there.
And Rampage. We're giving you spoilers, man.
Yeah, we were there live and in living color.
Yeah. Okay.
You like that reference?
No, I got you.
Yeah, but
We're both full of the cult of personality today, I guess.
yeah, got to hear that live.
A few times.
Yeah, twice.
I thought it was 3, but okay.
I think it was only twice. And you got to sing Judas.
No, I did not.
Well, you had the opportunity to.
No, I did not.
You could have if you wanted to.
No, I don't know the words. Nor do I want to know the words.
Why you gotta be like that?
The only thing that I know from that song is Judas in my mind. It's all I know.
That's all that matters.
And I mean, is that correct? That is what he says, right?
Judas in my mind.
Yeah, you do you, boo boo.
Yeah, I mean, I am. I'm just letting you know.
All right, where are we starting?
Let's start out. So we did watch Full Gear after
The majority of it, even though Bleacher Report was driving me crazy.
A bunch of technical difficulties. Let's see. I pulled up the card.
Yeah, pull up the card. There we go.
All right, so stop with the ads.
I didn't watch pre-show, so we're skipping it.
Yep, didn't watch that because I wasn't here. I was actually at a UEW show on the day of Rampage.
And I was at work.
Fair enough. So, let's see. Let's start out. This isn't in order at all.
No, but I know the first match.
Darby Allin versus MJF.
Yep, and that was by far, in my opinion, the best match on the card.
It was a good match. I mean, MJF.
They wrestled. MJF went over as he should have. The way he won did not hurt Darby. He went over the way he said he would with a headlock takeover into a pin. Mm-hmm. There was a couple of high spots in it, but for the most part, it was a good wrestling match, and I enjoyed that one.
No, it was overall a good match. I mean, I don't know. I always liked MJF from the beginning, so for him to beat Darby, it's not going to hurt Darby to lose if MJF cheats.
And I told you, it went down the exact way it should have.
Yep, with MJF going over.
And in my opinion, as good as the CM Punk match with Darby had, that was by far, from what I've seen in AEW, Darby and MJF's both best match.
Yeah, I mean, Darby's had some pretty good matches. MJF, I mean, he's good in the ring, but his mic skills are what makes him a great heel.
Well, I mean, you go back in the annals of history. I mean, Flair was great in the ring, had great mic skills. Well, take Piper, for example. Piper was a brawler. He wasn't that great in the ring. I mean, he was better than some, but not nearly as good as some of the others. I mean, it was his mic skills that, especially when he was a heel, that got him over. Everybody wanted to see Piper get his ass beat.
Yeah, and I think MJF's at that level at this point. To be so young and so talented. He's definitely going to be world champion within the next few years.
I think it'll come around sooner than later.
Well, we'll see. So, overall, I think that was a good match. What was the next match on the card?
The tag team match.
Was it Lucha Bros versus FTR?
Yeah, and I love FTR, but this was just not a great match.
They're too different. They're way too different.
Styles clash. They don't,
FTR's that old school.
And then the finish was botched. From what I read, Dax got hurt.
Yeah.
And that's why the finish was botched. But, trying to do the old Killer Bee gimmick with putting the masks on and whatever. But, I really thought FTR was going to go over in this match. But
I don't know. The Lucha Bros haven't had the titles that long, so I was kind of expecting them to win.
Yeah, but FTR didn't get a great run with them the first time, so.
No, they didn't.
But nor here nor there.
Yep. And then
I forgot what was third.
Was it? No, it wasn't. Was it Bryan versus Miro?
Yeah, actually, you're correct. It was Bryan versus Miro, which was another great wrestling match. Bryan Danielson's Bryan Danielson. Miro looked phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Another one that I thought the finish was a little botched. That DDT off the rope looked a little rough.
Yeah, that looked a little.
And I think
nasty.
that's why they because you didn't see Miro tap, but the referee called for that match as soon as Bryan put the choke on, and So hopefully he's okay. I haven't heard any otherwise that he's not. It just looked that landing looked a little rough.
Yeah, it was.
I think that
rough.
they could have got there. They could have got to that same finish by not trying to half kill Miro. But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's actually injured. Like, I don't know.
Well, they keep talking about his neck, and I'm just curious. I'm curious. Is like once they get by that, it's like, is it just going to magically heal, or
yeah,
where are we going to go with this? Is it something they're going to keep around his whole AEW run, or
He's like, I got a weak neck. Like, okay.
And like I was telling you the other night, might have been last night. All my days are running together. I've done so much driving. He keeps talking about laying with his wife in bed and this, that, and the other. So I very, very expect to see Lana / CJ Perry appear here shortly at some point.
No, I do too.
By his side.
I think Shu will eventually show up, but I don't know. I don't really want her to wrestle because overall she's not that great of a wrestler.
No, but on the flip side of that, it's like I've told you before with some of these women that WWE have released that I think that AEW should pick up for the women's division. I mean, Lana, honestly, if you watch some of those girls in NXT shit, you can see where my mind's at. Yeah. Some of those female wrestlers that are in AEW, she's not far off base with some of those that they have there.
No, I mean,
so no, I don't think she needs to be an in-ring performer. I think a lot of that was her wanting to do it. I don't think they ever had aspirations in WWE for her to be an in-ring performer.
No.
I could be wrong there. I don't know. But, we shall see what they do.
Yeah. I mean, I think she'll eventually come in. But, yeah, we haven't seen Miro since he got defeated at Full Gear. We were actually at Dynamite last night. So.
And he was not there.
Nope.
There was a few names that we didn't get to see last night. But anyway, we'll get to that. We'll get to that shortly.
Yep, we're just doing a quick overall of Full Gear. I think the next match was the 6-man.
Yeah, you take that because I just.
So I liked it just because I like the brawl style of it. I mean,
it's not a brawl. A brawl is a brawl. That was garbage.
Respectfully disagree.
No, I mean you know how I am. I mean it's just I'm so tired of it's the same old shit every time you get in those matches between the chairs, the tables, the thumbtacks. I'm just I don't know.
Yeah, I mean I feel that, but it was like.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The dinosaur doing the shooting star press off the ramp was pretty impressive, but other than that, and that was that Panama Sunrise that he did off the little trestle thing. That was
it was pretty nasty.
That looked like a nasty bump. But I mean, it's just not my thing. They do a lot of the same thing over and over again. Which, give you an example. Everybody 20-some years later still talks about Foley going through the table off Hell in a Cell, right?
Yeah.
If somebody went off a Hell in a Cell once a month through a table, would they still be talking about Foley doing it?
Probably not.
Okay, there's my point.
Well, fair enough.
You got to keep stuff special. You can't keep doing the same shit over and over, especially some of the stuff that on the same show or same card. You can't have people using chairs and tables 3 or 4 times per show.
Nah, and I didn't like the fact that they had Jungle Boy using the concerto.
No, I didn't mind that too much because Christian was actually, he kind of like almost passing the baton of that, maybe a little bit,
I mean, I can see that. I don't know.
Anyway, that was your thing. You liked it. Go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I did enjoy the match. I just thought that, I don't know. I thought like it was a pretty decent match. I like to see Jungle. I like the way they're using Christian Cage. I like the way they're putting him with Luchasaurus and.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do. I agree there. It's like I told you last night. Now, if it was back to do now, I'm not sure if I would still bring him in. But when they brought him in, yeah, I would have brought him in just for the name value and the TV and people. Again,
they know who Christian is.
Yeah, again, it goes back to trying to get some of the casual wrestling fans over to their show.
Yeah, that was I don't know. When he beat Kenny for the Impact title, I thought that was weird, but I could see why they did it. But when Kenny beat Christian for the AEW title, that was the first real big name that he had beat for the title or to defend the title.
No, I mean, he beat Moxley for the title.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. He had been defending it against like just AEW homegrown talent. Christian's a legend, so to beat him, like that solidified him as an actual world champion.
You say so.
This is my opinion. So overall, I enjoyed the match. The thumbtacks in the mouth, I was like, yeah, hell no, I'd never take that.
Well, no, and we just saw that a month ago with the Young Bucks and them.
Yeah, no,
the Lucha Brothers.
Yeah, no, hell no. I saw that. I'm like, absolutely not. No, sir, not me.
Like I said again, it's not shitting on the product as much as it is just I'm getting tired of that. It's overkill with a lot of things.
I feel that. I can respect that. But let's go to the next match. What was the next match on the show? Let's talk about CM Punk and Eddie Kingston.
I like the way it started.
Well, where he got back-fisted in the face?
And then just that grin, and he laid there and sold it for a little bit before they ever started the match. Yeah. I mean, it was what it should be. It was a fight. Eddie Kingston is not known for his catch-as-catch-can style, if you will.
No, he's a brawler.
And CM Punk, they looked exhausted at the end of the match, and they should have been because like they fought the whole time. Mm-hmm. There was some stiff shots being delivered. Punk hit that first GTS and couldn't capitalize. Then he finally hit the second one and got the pin. Tried to show some respect to Eddie Kingston at the end, and Kingston, in Eddie Kingston style, looked at him and walked off. I mean, but it was a fight. It wasn't, this was what it should have been. I mean, they didn't have Eddie Kingston go out there and try to wrestle CM Punk like you would a Bryan Danielson or Darby Allin or somebody
Kenny
like
Omega.
that. Yeah, I mean, it was a fight, and it was a good fight.
Yeah, I think that was one of the best matches on the card. CM Punk, I think he needed to win just because of what happened tonight or last night.
Well, we'll get to later.
Yeah,
he come out in his fighting drawers this time. Mm-hmm. No long pants, no tights, his fighting shorts.
Yeah, his MMA shorts. But so overall, I like that match. Let's see what else happened. The Minneapolis Street Fight, the Inner Circle versus Men of the Year, and American Top Team. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like we know wrestling is scripted, but those UFC fighters would have destroyed.
Yeah, I was going to say take the rest of them out with Junior DeSantos in that ring. That shouldn't have. That should have been over in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, he would have destroyed them. So I mean, overall, it was a decent match. Like
I told you, my favorite part of the match.
What was it again?
When Baron Von Raschke put the claw on.
Yeah.
And that's all the people need to know.
Yeah, I was just like...
The bad thing is, I know he's old. I don't know how old he is, but some bitch looks the same. He looked like he was 80 years old back in the 80s, so I don't know how old he is.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna look that up just because we looked up Billy Gunn's age last night.
We did. I
had no idea that man. I knew he was like older, but I had no idea he was that old. Let's
50,
see.
56, 58?
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. When they showed dude on TV, I'm like, I don't even know who this is. So.
Yeah, let's see. How old is the Baron? Let's see. 81 years old. All right, and that's what he looked like in the 80s. Tell me, he ain't changed none. Now, he got a few more wrinkles, but I mean.
Pretty much the same.
Yeah. But like I said, I was never a big Baron Von Raschke fan, but seeing the older guys like that, I popped a little bit. I was like, oh, it's the Baron. Put the claw on. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice to see. Like, I like the fact that they sometimes bring in legends, but, like, I don't know, bro. Like, how strong can an 80-year-old man be?
It's fantasy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and honestly, just, I don't know. I know you're a big Jericho fan, but he pandered a lot being on the top rope, making sure everybody saw him pointing up and doing Eddie stuff. And I don't know. Everybody had been making Eddie comments all night long. That's fine. Paying homage to Eddie. But Jericho just seemed like he had to make it all about him a little bit at that point in time. And it just.
Eddie was his friend. Oh my gosh, it hurts to raise my arms. I don't know.
Nor here nor there. I thought he, get up on the top rope, point to the sky, jump off at the frog splash, call it a day. Stop taking 5 minutes to do whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Like I said, I really liked Jericho back in the day, but the more he's around, the more it just, I don't know. I've had about enough.
But he's still the GOAT. And you got to sing Judas.
No, I didn't.
You had the chance if you wanted to.
I don't know the words, nor do I want to. The song is awful.
I love the song. I think it's a great song.
Okay. To each their own.
So let's go to the Pac and Cody Rhodes versus Malachi Black and Andrade El Idolo.
I told you, man. We talked about this. It's funny because, technically in the heel babyface side of it, the only babyface in the whole match was Cody, and he was the one getting his ass booed out of the building.
Yeah. For him to be the babyface, it's I don't know. Fans are like sick of him and blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, like he's not even that bad. They're comparing him to John Cena, and I'm like, bro, like it's not even like
He's
that.
got more than 5 moves. I'll give him that, but he doesn't have Cena's charisma either. So
no, he doesn't. So,
but I mean, like just little nuances. They're setting him up for when somebody comes out and says they'll never go heel.
That's when they're gonna go heel.
Yeah, they're gonna go heel. Like I said, the little nuances I was pointing out to you in the match, him being down on the floor while Malachi is getting his ass kicked and not being over there in the corner, and not Malachi, but Pac getting his ass kicked, and he's just basically sitting there talking to the doctor while watching the match. He sees what's going on, and and then when he finally stood up and got back in the corner, man, the crowd was just like all over him. So, but
He's what it is, I guess. I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, it's just... I like Cody, so...
I like him better when he goes heel. I think.
His heel stuff is fantastic.
That'll be some decent stuff. And honestly, I was paying attention. Him and Pac won, right? I forgot who won.
I think it was him and Pac.
Shows you how much of that I was paying attention.
Yeah.
I was watching the little stuff going on the outside of the ring more than I was the actual match.
I don't think it really matters who wins, but next week is a fatal 4-way between all of them.
Maybe Cody will finally pull out some heel stuff to win the match.
I surely hope so. Honestly, he needs to go heel. He's like, I'm never going to go heel. Like, bro.
Well, I can tell you this. Because Brandy's getting ready to come back. Mm-hmm. And as long as him and Brandy are married, mm-hmm. she's a flat out heel. The crowd hates her.
Yeah.
Why, I don't know. I thought what she did with Malachi Black was kind of comical. When she got in the ring and did his position and gave him the finger and fuck you, and I thought it was kind of funny. But, the crowd just cannot stand her, and, I think the two of them together would be some good heel promo shit, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think, like, if you've ever watched any of Cody's stuff from Ring of Honor, like, his heel stuff, like, when he was in the ring, he's like, this moment, for me, is contractually obligated, but for you... it's a good moment. He's like, so buy my shit, I'm about to go to the back. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. But, like, it's shit like that. Like, Cody was a good face when AEW first started. But he needs to go back to being a heel. I think he's just better as a heel.
Well, I mean, if AEW is true to their word about when they first started, you remember what they said when they first started?
What?
They were going to give the fans what they wanted, right?
Yeah.
Well, what do the fans want to do? They want to boo Cody, right? Mm-hmm. Well, give them heel Cody.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
I mean, just call a spade and, uphold your word.
Yeah. I mean, so I think Cody's going to turn heel sooner than later.
We'll see.
So that leads us to the AEW World Championship match.
You're going to skip over your girl?
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
I didn't watch it, so that's got to be you. And I'm going to tell you, there's 2 reasons I didn't watch it. Mm-hmm. I like Britt Baker, I do. And... I'm Ty Conti. I'm not really impressed with her in-ring ability, but she's nice to look at. 2 reasons I didn't watch it. First off, I told you Bleacher Report was driving me crazy.
Yeah.
And I already knew. I don't think anybody expected Britt Baker to lose that title last night. Well, last Saturday night.
Yeah.
So with as bad as Bleacher Report was screwing up, I wasn't going to fight it. I already knew Britt was going to win, so I just right over top.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I mean, it was overall a decent match. Ty has definitely improved in the ring since she started. Because she used to not be, like, all that great.
She might not be able to wrestle, but you ought to see her box. Oh!
All right. But, no, I mean, I liked it. Britt Baker, best thing in the women's division right now.
DMD.
How loud was that crowd last night when she did that?
Oh, that was one of the biggest, loudest things last night. Definitely.
Her and Adam Cole both, the DMD and Adam Cole, baby.
Glad you got your voice back because you can hear mine still.
I don't. Well, I do voice exercises, so.
Gar, 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 gar.
Yeah, that too. But that leads us to the AEW World Championship match. Kenny Omega versus Hangman Adam Page. And I'm going to be 100% with you. I expected Hangman to walk out of Full Gear with the world title.
I was torn. I was 50-50 on it. Mm-hmm. If I'd have known Kenny was injured before the pay-per-view, then I'd have probably been 90-10 on it. Mm-hmm. But like I told you before, with them bringing in Punk, them bringing in Bryan, especially with the 30-minute match between him and Bryan, 30-minute time limit draw, then that tournament was set up for Bryan to win. We all knew that from the get-go. Yeah. I expected that to set up for the Kenny-Bryan rematch. And, Hangman come out and won. And on the flip side of it, like I said, it's been, if you follow everything, it's been basically a 2-year story with Adam Page they've been telling. So, like I said, I was torn 50-50 with the people they've brought in to face Kenny. But on the flip side of that, going, okay, if he loses, where do they go with him from there? Yeah. But don't, like I said, when I found out, Kenny was wrestling with whatever shoulder issue he was, plus vertigo, then no, I'm not surprised. He needs some time off to heal his body, figure out what's going on. And, I like Hangman. I always have. So I thought it was the third best match on the card, but.
Yeah, I mean, with Kenny being injured, you can only do so much.
Well, injured or not, like I said, it was, in my opinion, just from the show, take the injuries out of it, it was the third best match on the card to me.
Yeah, it was good storytelling, and I think my favorite part was the ending where Hangman threw down the beer. But
well, the little nod from the Bucks, I'm wondering to see where that'll go. So
yeah, because that was interesting. They just nodded at him and was like, go ahead, win this title.
You do you.
Yeah, and that leads us into Dynamite because that was
well, they started off Dynamite pretty much, with Kenny saying he needed to go away for a little while, and he he gave props to Hangman. Said you won, good for you.
Congratulations, I'm gone.
I'll be back though.
And then Adam Cole was like, yeah, I'll hold it down. He's like, I was actually talking to the Bucks, but
yeah,
whatever.
And again, it goes back to planting that seed we've been talking about.
Yeah, Undisputed Era versus the Elite. Because what doesn't make sense is Adam Cole just rejoining the Elite after he got super kicked out of the Bullet Club.
I think I told you once everything comes full circle, I think they will address that.
Yeah, because they didn't even acknowledge it at when his debut at All Out.
Yeah, so like I said, Adam Cole's good enough on the mic that I think he once it comes full circle, whether it's Kyle O'Reilly that comes in and joins him, I think his contract's up in December. Whether it's him that comes in and joins, or he brings in Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, or whoever else,
he could bring in the Kingdom,
else he puts with whoever gets with him and Bobby Fish. Once he has his own group and he's away from the Elite, I think that story will be told.
So, funny enough, I just got a text from Curtis, our friend, and he goes, I 100% agree. I just listened to your MJF podcast.
Oh, good.
So, let me see what else he said. MJF should beat Punk first before anyone. So that leads us into Dynamite. We'll talk about that here soon.
Okay, go ahead and start with your Dynamite.
So, Dynamite starts out with a celebration of Hangman Adam Page in his home state of Virginia.
Norfolk,
Virginia.
Norfolk.
Yeah, we were there live. We were on TV.
A few times.
Yeah, if you saw people holding a sign that said Cowboy SHIT, it was us.
Yes, it was. I think I had the boy in that, but it's all good.
I had I'll look at that later. I was I think I held up the sign.
You had the cow, yeah.
Yeah.
And any time that I forgot to raise mine up, it just said cow shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. I had to keep telling you, hey, hold up the side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we made it on TV. We were like one of the first things on TV.
Yep, and I am tired, if you cannot tell.
Yeah, me too.
If the listening audience cannot tell, I am tired.
I'm a little tired myself. But I don't know. I thought the way they started out, the Dark Order come out celebrating Cowboy.
They got to get him away from them guys.
You don't like him?
I've told you this before. He needs to be his own entity. And it's not that I don't like champions with factions. You know, Adam Cole in the Undisputed Era, Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen, Kenny and the Elite, Roman with the Bloodline, you know, Kofi with the New Day. I don't mind champions having. Well, the New Day's a bad example because I'm not real big to the comedy shit. The Dark Order, and we've talked about it, since Brody's passing, they went from being them trying to make them out of this Monster Hill group to just their comedy act.
Yeah.
And if he want, and you know, you can like them and that's fine. It's not, you know, you like them, I don't care. They're just if he wants to be taken as a serious world champion, he cannot be associated with that comedy act.
That's fair.
In my opinion.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of how to word this. I like them, but I do think he needs to start going away. But that's set up for Bryan Danielson coming out.
The new heel Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, the brand new heel.
That turned quickly.
He's like, why should I be surprised people in Virginia are booing hard work? I'm like, bro, fuck you.
Well, you know, I was telling you, too, I was listening to Cornette talk about his review of Full Gear on the way down here from good old Myrtle Beach, South Kakalaki.
South Carolina.
But he made a good point. He was talking about with Hangman winning the belt. Now all his challengers were baby faces, and there was no heel set to challenge him right away. And whether they had this in the works or for all the bullshit that goes back and forth with Cornette and AEW, it's been well documented that Tony values his opinion, and. Yep. So it's like it makes you wonder, like, okay, did Tony listen to the review of Full Gear and go, oh, shit, he's right? Or was this in the works already?
I feel like it was in the works already.
Yeah, it could have been. I mean, it's just, but, one will never know. Inquiring minds want to know. I mean, Bryan makes a good heel. Don't get me wrong. I mean,
great heel.
That I wasn't particularly fond of that stuff he was doing with the vegan stuff when he was with Eric Rowan and had the all-natural belt. I was just like,
the wooden belt.
Yeah, I was like, ooh. But, I mean, he makes a good heel.
I mean, I thought that was his best heel work because he believed in that shit.
Yeah, I'm sure he believes in this stuff.
Yeah. So, that led to a little back and forth between Hangman and Bryan Danielson. They got in a little brawl, and then Evil Uno was...
got his head kicked in.
Yeah, pretty much. People chanting Uno shit.
Oh, yeah. They did.
Yeah, so...
I just wanted to hear the chant of, like, get under Bryan's skin of we want Brie. But there's nobody in that AEW audience that actually wants to see Brie Bella. So.
Hell nah. I'm good with not seeing the Bellas. That's why I don't watch Total Bellas.
That's still on.
Yep.
Oh, who knew? Okay.
I've seen. I might be wrong.
Okay. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just, like I said, I mean, it's, and then next week, Bryan's wrestling Colt Cabana in Chicago. Because he said until he got his title shot, he was going to keep kicking in the heads of the Dark Order because they're friends of Adam Page. So, I mean, again, I would personally just like to see Adam come out and cut a promo on him while he's in the floor and say, kick their heads in. I don't care.
That would turn him heel, though.
Not really. It was like, yeah, they're my friends, but they have their own stuff. They can take care of themselves. If you want to wrestle them, beat them, whatever, I got to worry about my title. I'm not here to fight their battles, and they're not here to fight mine.
I feel that.
I mean, just like I said, I hate to keep harping on them, but again, they've turned them into a comedy act, and that 10-man tag that they won like 2 weeks ago or whatever it was, it's the first time they've won on TV in forever.
Yeah, they're usually on Dark or Dark Elevation and winning, but oh well. So What was the next match after that? Because I really don't remember.
Oh,
Was it Wheeler Yuta?
No, that was
was
that was dark.
That was dark.
Was it the women's match?
I don't think so. No. I don't remember, honestly.
I told you to pull up the card, man.
I pulled up the card for what was it? Full Gear. Hang on, I have photos. Give me 1 second. So after the Ryan Danielson thing, let's see.
You were on top of it today.
Yeah, it was the Eddie Kingston promo with
That was funny.
2.0 and
That was funny.
Daniel Garcia, where they said that their son lasted longer than Eddie, and Eddie goes, bro, you just let these grown men call you their son. Like, I don't respect you, bro. And he's like, I'm going to catering.
Well, don't forget, he was like, can I just cut one promo without being interrupted, please?
Yeah, pretty much. He was like, I'm done. And then the next match after that was the Butcher and the Blade
Oh, yeah.
versus
The HFO.
versus Orange Cassidy. Your boy Orange Cassidy, you got to see him live. Pockets.
He looks smaller in person, honestly.
Jesus Christ. And then Ishii.
Yeah, the Japanese midget.
He built. He a big.
He's wide.
He's not tall.
He's about 3 foot tall and about 4 foot wide.
That's a big dude. I mean, I wouldn't try him.
Depends on. I wouldn't try him for free, but if the money was right, I would.
I don't know about that one, Chief. So, I mean, that was overall. I enjoyed the match because I like Ishii. I like Orange Cassidy.
Okay, I'm why you brought that up, and I pointed it out. You know, even though I don't like him, but I pointed it out in that match to you, and I pointed it out. I guess it was the Rampage tapings when Adam Cole and Bobby Fish went against
The Young Bucks?
no,
The Lucha.
the Jungle Jurassic Express.
Jesus Christ, I always get their names confused.
But it's like, you know, their thing was when they came out that rules matter and blah, 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 blah. You know, we're going to get back to basics. And I don't know. I've watched this stuff so long that little stuff, I like details.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that they seem that they have gotten away from. It's like I was telling you, if you got a guy like Luchasaurus' size, and, you know, is it an unfair advantage because he's 6'7" and has a very large wingspan? Well, that's just the nature of the guy. So yeah, he's going to be able to tag you further down the ring apron than, you know, Rey Mysterio. Yeah, but as long as you're holding the tag rope and you pull that tag rope out as far as it'll go, and you have your arm and your wingspan, you can go down there and make that tag as long as you're holding that rope. That's the rules.
Yeah.
You cannot. That's not a legal tag. Reaching through the ropes is not a legal tag. Standing on the ropes is not a legal tag. You know, there's ways to do it. You know, if people don't want to tag you, you know, when their back's turned, you can reach over and smack their hand because if their back's turned to you, they're normally making some kind of hand gestures at the crowd or somebody else. There's ways to get around it. But like I told you in the Bobby Fish and Adam Cole match, I love Bobby Fish is known for a tag team, him and Kyle O'Reilly, Red Dragon. That was their claim to fame.
Yeah.
They've never been, you know, single. But in the Rampage tapings, he reached up and smacked Adam Cole on the back, and the referee's like, no, it wasn't. He smacked him on the back. You know, it's like, I grew up when tag team wrestling was main eventing shows and pay-per-views and drawing a sold-out house. So it's little nuances that I just wish that
they'd get back to.
Yeah,
That's fair. I mean,
but anyway, we got off subject. Yeah, Orange Cassidy and
Ishii
won.
Yep. And overall, it was a pretty
And
decent
then Hardy got in the ring. And they beat up Orange Cassidy again.
beat up Orange Cassidy. And then, so after that was, I believe, the Dr. Britt Baker DMD promo.
Yeah, she never came out, but no, that was the promo.
Yep, on screen. And the crowd went wild when she went DMD.
I need to find where her practice is and make her my dentist of choice.
Flow Rider. It's in Flow Rider.
I can drive to Florida.
I'm pretty sure it's in Florida.
I'm just wondering when she has time when all this traveling.
So, from the interview I was listening to, she would work Monday, Tuesday, fly out Tuesday night, work Wednesday, fly back Wednesday night, work Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, that's too much.
Well, she's also, what, in her mid-20s?
Yeah.
You can do it now. You can get away with it right now.
She's probably making a lot of money.
I'm sure.
Between being a dentist and being the women's champion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to figure though. See, being the champion don't have anything to do with it anymore. Yeah, back in the day, when you were making money off the house and everything, yeah, being champion, especially the world champion, you were making more money than anybody else.
Yeah.
But now with the contract, the belts don't mean anything anymore.
No, not really. So I mean, they're just there.
Yeah.
And then after that was the TBS
women's tournament.
Yeah,
quarterfinals.
Where I went to the bathroom and went to get a shirt.
Yeah.
I wasn't really interested in the women in the match, so I was just like, okay, well, I can do without seeing this one. And
piss break.
Pretty much. So that leads us to the next part, which was the MJF coming out and CM Punk segment.
Wasn't much to it, actually.
No, but
sometimes less is more, though.
Mm-hmm. So
I'll be looking forward to this.
MJF comes out, and he's talking all that shit. He's like, "Yep, I'm the best. I'm better. Nobody's on my level." And then CM Punk's music hit. And if you listen to our MJF podcast, that's what I said needed to happen. Was I said that MJF needs to feud with CM Punk. And MJF needs to hand CM Punk his first loss in AEW.
And he needs to do it in true heel fashion.
Yes, of course. We'll hit him with the diamond.
Let Wardlow get involved, whatever.
Let the Pinnacle come in. I don't care. I think MJF needs to beat CM Punk. He needs that rub.
And yeah, what's he, 24, 25 now, whatever 25. It is. I mean, and at the end of the day, CM Punk's, he's pushing 50 now too.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what those guys coming in like that should be there for, is to get the next generation ready.
Yes.
I agree. No, I mean, it was quick, easy. Punk comes out, doesn't say a word. MJF sticks his hand out, which we know is a ruse anyway, and Punk just turns around and walks off. Mm-hmm. And that was it.
That's pretty much all there is to it.
So now, and there was no MJF or CM Punk on Dynamite, and so I'm not Dynamite, but Rampage. So I guess we'll have to see what happens next week on Dynamite, where they're going to go with this to continue it.
Yep, and then after that part, there was a promo between the Young Bucks and Bobby Fish and Adam Cole, just promoting their match, which took place later than
How many fish could Bobby Fish fry if Bobby Fish could fry fish?
Someone had a sign that said that last night.
Did they?
Yeah.
Hey, they must have seen that episode of NXT then.
Yeah. So, they
good
cut a promo.
Good old Matt Riddle.
Yeah. Gotta love him. But, so, they cut a promo saying that, they're going to take on the Jurassic Express. Jesus Christ. I can't remember these names. But
They're taking on Jesus or Jurassic? Which one is it?
I mean, they might lose if they took on Jesus.
I don't know. Vince and Shane didn't.
So, they cut a promo just for hyping Rampage on Friday, which we got to see last night because it was taped. And I got to do Adam Cole, baby.
It's all about the boom.
Yeah, that was honestly the best entrance. And then, so that segment was decent. It was just promoting Rampage. But after that, we got to see Lio Rush and Dante Martin versus the Acclaimed.
He looks like a teeny tiny Power Ranger.
But he's good in the ring, so oh well. But did you know everybody loves the Acclaimed?
They have arrived.
Yeah. I don't know. I love their promos before the match. I was there in Charlotte when Max Caster basically got he got yelled at for that one, but he's back on TV now. But overall, I've been a fan of their promos before the matches. They called Lio Rush and Dante Martin. They're like, "How you in Virginia and virgins?" And Leo's like, "Bro, I got 3 kids."
I'll leave it alone. Leo Rush, Dante Martin went over.
Uh-huh.
Pretty good. It wasn't a bad match.
Nope.
So, and I got things to do, so let's pick up this pace.
Okay,
just
after the
checked
match,
my-
Team Taz came out and was like, "Bro, we're gonna let Dante Martin join us." And Dante's like, "Bro, I don't know about that one, Chief."
I think he'll wind up doing it.
He might. I don't know. It depends on where they want to go with him. But then that leads us to the main event of the evening. The Lethal one, Jay Lethal versus Sammy Guevara, the
All right.
Spanish God.
Yeah, we're just okay. Tell you what I did not like about this match, because I like both of them, and I've seen this happen more and more here lately. It was I forgot what match it was in WWE that I saw that they did it too, and it's been a few months back, if that tells you anything. But when you've got a doctor outside checking on a competitor, and then you're going to make Jay Lethal wait inside. Okay, Jay Lethal. Okay, follow me here. Jay Lethal is where? Where was Jay Lethal?
Jay Lethal was on the inside of the ring, right?
Inside of the ring, not near the ropes, like in the middle, just kind of walking around, right?
Yeah.
Sammy Guevara is on the outside of the ring, right?
Yeah.
What should the referee have been doing?
Counting.
That they stalled for what, a good 2-3 minutes, wouldn't you say?
Yep.
And Sammy had his ribs taped up. You know, it was a very great way to debut Lethal, put the title on Lethal. Sammy have an excuse. If you want to keep Lethal a babyface, have Lethal come out the following week and say, "Look, I know you weren't 100%. You know, I respect you for taking the match. You let me know when you're 100%, and you'll get your rematch." And you could have kept them both babyface, walked it off with a handshake.
Yeah, I don't think. I really don't think Sammy should have won that match.
But I mean, with Sammy being taped up,
No.
and them, you know, with the call and everybody knowing that Jay Lethal's a former world heavyweight champion, some of the people and the names he's went through and beat,
Sting, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe.
it's
like
I get you want to get Sammy over, but you gave Sammy, you know, he was just in a street fight. He come out, whether his ribs are actually hurt or he was just selling them, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Ribs taped up. It was a perfect way to put the belt on Lethal without making Sammy look weak. And if you didn't want to do that, if you're going to have him on the outside of the ring, if he's that hurt, the doctor's got to check on him. You know, one of two things. This is one of two things that needs to happen. Especially like a heel. A heel would have not let that happen. A heel would like stop the match, or I'm throwing his ass back in the ring.
Yeah.
You know, that's what either the referee needs to get up there and count, stop the match, or, you know, their opponent, you know, if you're especially a title match, get out there, get his ass up, throw him back in the ring, and pin him, or make the referee stop the match. Because if a referee stops the match, if they count him out, you don't get the title. If the referee stops the match, you become the champion.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that was just, I don't know, bad booking, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was disappointed about, because it's like, I don't think that match should have happened, especially with Sammy being injured, if you were just going to have Sammy win. Because it made no sense.
No, it didn't. None at all. And, you know, when it went off the air, they cut some good promos, hugged on Lethal and put Lethal over,
Yeah.
you know, when Dynamite went off the air. But, again, I mean, I've made my point with it. I mean, a heel, like, if that would have been MJF versus Sammy for the title,
Yeah.
you know, he would have rolled out of the ring, kept stomping him or whatever, and made the referee stop the match. If somebody's hurt and can't continue, count them out, stop the match, do whatever. You don't give them 3 minutes to let the doctor look at them and then let them continue.
Yeah,
You just don't do it. So
like
I was
that.
not, as much as I like both those guys, not a fan of the match.
Nope.
Then we moved into Rampage, and Billy Gunn taking on Darby Allin. And
The ass man.
had to look up Billy Gunn's age, and that man is 58 years old and in better shape than anybody on the damn roster, with the exception of maybe Will Hobbs.
I don't know about that one. I think Billy Gunn's still in the better.
I said maybe.
Honestly, he's a big guy.
Who?
Billy Gunn.
Well, it's like I told you. It's one of like the first time that, you know, because Cornette called, you know, he hadn't been doing it lately, but when AEW first hit with all the smaller guys and the indie guys, he was calling it all petite wrestling, which was kind of comical. But, you know, like I said, I watched that Battle Royal, and when Billy Gunn come out, man, it was just like, wow. He just dwarfed everybody. And back in the day, he was no difference in size. He was, you know, Billy Gunn, but the people they had him wrestling, being in the tag team, he was bigger than some, smaller than others. He just looked normal. He fit in. He didn't look like there was anything special.
He didn't look like a giant.
Yeah. Now he comes out and he looks like a Greek Adonis god compared to all these guys that are there. Danielson's in good shape. He's just a small guy. And Punk's in decent shape, but again, he's a small guy. Billy Gunn, he just
makes everybody look small.
And with Darby, he was just throwing Darby around like a rag doll.
Yeah, he picked him up by his belt, and I'm like, "Yo, bro."
Yeah,
overall, though, it was a fun event because everybody started chanting "ass boys."
Mm-hmm. Ass boys, ass man, and the dude in front of us when he acted like he was gonna pull his tights down, he reached over and covered his daughter's eyes. I got a kick out of that. I'm like, but no, Darby went over, which I knew he would. But then they beat the shit out of Sting, and the Gun Club went up. So I look for a tag team match here probably sometime soon, whether it's with Austin and Colton or Billy and one of the kids against Sting and Darby. Kind of easy. Next.
Yep. And then there was Jade Cargill versus Red Velvet.
Yeah, Jen Cargill advanced in the tournament, which we knew would happen.
Yep.
That's a big bitch.
Yeah, she pretty diesel.
Not a great match, but it was what you expected from the two of them.
Yeah.
And then there was the main event
with Adam Cole, baby.
See, I can do this and get away with it. The Undisputed Era of Adam Cole and Bobby Fish.
Yeah.
Versus Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, and here we go again. But it was where it was okay. Wasn't nothing special. I enjoyed seeing Adam Cole. I like that Bobby Fish is getting more of a little push in AEW than he was. They were kind of jobbing him out in NXT before they released him after the Undisputed Era. Bobby Fish, I've always thought was real good in the ring, and Jurassic Express is what you get from them. They're trying to push Jungle Boy to the moon, and maybe he'll get there one day with his mic skills. But Jurassic Express won. They went back and forth, and then the Young Bucks came down. They didn't interfere, but that's when Christian come running down with a cage. He come running down with a cage. He come running down with a chair. Yep. Ran off Adam Cole and the Young Bucks up the ramp, which allowed the double team on Bobby Fish, and he finally tapped out to the snare trap, and they stayed in the ring and celebrated. Bobby Fish took his little happy ass up the ring and hugged on Adam Cole, and they all went out, and that was the end of Rampage.
Yep, and then afterwards, CM Punk came out, Tony Khan came out.
Now, Tony Khan came out 3 or 4 times. Whether you like AEW or not, he just seems like he's having the fucking time of his life, man.
Oh, yeah.
He seems like he's having a blast, so.
It's not a job to him.
No, it's not. He just genuinely seems like he's, like I said, there's a lot of stuff they do that I like. There's a lot of stuff they do I don't like. But, again, I'm not a wrestler, but I'm thankful that the other ones have a place to work other than the WWE. And like I say, he looks like he treats the people well, and he's having a blast.
Everybody's having a good time. They did the best friends hug.
Yeah, they did that to close out, and CM Punk called a teacher an idiot. But no.
And then Hangman came out and sung.
Yeah, he changed up the words to Country Roads, but yeah, that was about it. There's your spoilers for Rampage. Billy Gunn losing to Darby. Jade Cargill advancing in the tournament, and Jurassic Express beating the Undisputed Era with tap out from the Fish Band.
Yeah.
So
overall, how would you rate your AEW experience, your first AEW show?
It was fun. It's like I told you last night. I was glad that they weren't in the scope because, it looked to be mostly sold out. What was the name of that place?
The Chartaway Arena.
It looked like it looked like the arena held somewhere. You'd have to look it up. Somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000 people, in my opinion. And I saw about 100 empty seats scattered across, and if they would have tried to do the scope, it would have looked empty.
Yeah.
So and looking around, we had great seats.
We did. Yeah.
But I was looking around, and I told you last night, looking at that place, I didn't see anything I thought would have been a bad seat. I thought everywhere that the seats were, you could see pretty well.
Yeah.
Being that smaller setting the way it is. So no, it's. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing Adam Cole. I enjoyed seeing CM Punk. I enjoyed, getting to see some of the people I hadn't seen before. There was some of the other stuff, like one of the matches we skipped on Dynamite was Nyla Rose and whatever her name is, whoever she wrestled. We walked away from that.
I don't remember. I just wasn't interested in that match, and I really had to use the bathroom.
But with the tapings, I mean, we didn't see no Cody, no Malachi, no Andrade, no Pac, no Lucha Brothers, no FTR. I mean, so there was a lot of people that wasn't there, which kind of goes back to, I know he's going to bring some of these, probably, definitely not all of them, but I know he'll sign some of these people that has just recently been released when their contracts or no compete clauses up. And I don't know how much time you need to add, but I think, with the addition of these people, that maybe a new time slot for Rampage in 2 hours might be the way to go, so you get all, your people on TV. I get that everybody can't be on TV every week, but you can't not show somebody for 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks and expect them to stay relevant either. No mirror.
That's why they have Dark and Dark Elevation.
Well, I'm talking about again, I go back, I'm speaking for the casual wrestling fan that's not going to go on there and watch that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No Miro either. So, I mean, there were some people that I wished I'd have gotten to see. I enjoyed seeing most of the people. I mean, but, I'd much rather seen a FTR promo or a Pinnacle promo or, hell, even a Miro promo than Nyla Rose.
Or Orange Cassidy.
I know everybody likes him, so, whatever.
Fair enough.
I'm the minority in that one. But,
yeah.
But yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hate to cut this short, but I do have an appointment to get to. So, and I thank you, sir. And I did get to do the driving both ways. Yay me.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's all good though. But guys, I will be at Virginia Comic-Con this coming Saturday, November 20th, at the Richmond Raceway, and then the week after, November 28th, I will be at a NGW show here in Henrico, Virginia, right off Staples Mill. So if you're going to be there, come hang out. I have a little bit of action figures for sale. So, and make sure to go check out our podcast, How We Book It, wherever you can find us, and leave us, how many stars?
5-star, 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 5-star review.
On Apple Podcasts, guys. It does help out. But thank you all for watching. I don't have anything else to say. I just enjoyed Dynamite. I enjoyed AEW last night.
Well, good. We're not in the Sunshine State of Florida, but so long for now.